Felicitous greetings, fellow fanatics. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Adam the Fanatic, and today we're going to be taking a look at YOHO, You Only Hang Once by Sabrewolf Games. YOHO is a lightweight hand management game wherein 2 to 4 players will take the role of backstabbing pirates, each trying to steal the crew's treasure all for themselves, while at the same time trying to implicate their shipmates as the traitors who have made off with their bounty. At the end of the game, the pirate with the most blame will walk the plank. The one that got away with the treasure, or the pirate with the highest rank if they actually execute the culprit, is the winner. To set up, each player will take one of 5 pirate cards. All pirates, including those not chosen by the players, start out on their loyal side. After that, one player is randomly chosen to be the captain, who divvies up the rest of the roles as they see fit. The captain will also take the course card and make sure that the port side is showing. I'll explain that in a little bit. You'll deal out 5 cards to each player, and then reveal the top card of the deck to start the blame pile. At the start of each turn, you'll draw until you have 5 cards if you have less in hand. There are 7 different types of cards that can be played, with values ranging from 1 to 5. We'll go into more detail on these when explaining blame and accusations. The simplest of these are storm cards, which allow you to choose another player and swap hands with them. Next, you have the demote cards, which force a pirate to swap ranks with the next lowest ranked player. Similarly, you have the turn cards, which will switch a pirate from loyal to rebel, or from rebel back to loyal again. Note that the captain cannot be turned nor demoted. Next, you have the land ho card, which allows the captain and any rebel players to choose 1 card each from their own hand and bury it under their pirate card. Buried cards are not counted against their blame, but they are considered to own the treasure if it's buried under their card at the end of the game. On that note, you have the treasure card. This does nothing if you play it to the blame pile, but if you have it at the end of the game and manage to avoid walking the plank, you'll be declared the winner. However, having it in your hand counts as a massive 10 blame. Nextly, you have the change course card. First, you'll flip the course card from port to starboard or back again. Then, each pirate will perform their duty as listed on their rank card. When the course is set to port, loyal pirates have 10 less blame. However, when you're starboard bound, all rebel pirates will refuse to do their duty. I'm not going to go over all the individual duties here, but of particular note is the quartermaster, whose duty allows them to take the buried cards of one other pirate of their choice into their hand. Finally, you have the accuse card, where you get to see just how much attention you've been paying to that blame pile, choosing one other player to accuse. The accuser and the accused will both look at the cards in the blame pile, seeing which numbers match their ranks. In this case, we have the Bosun accusing the Sea Dog. So we look at all the 2s and 3s in the blame pile. There's 4 2s and 2 3s. So the Sea Dog would have 8 blame, and the Bosun would have 6. Additionally, if the captain is either the accuser or the accused, they also add the rank of each rebel pirate to their own blame. In this example, the Sea Dog would be forced to take the blame pile, and the top card of the deck would be revealed to start a new blame pile. If the captain ever takes a blame pile, there's a mutiny. The current captain becomes the pariah, and the rebel pirate with the highest rank becomes the new captain. After that, all players flip their pirate cards. The game continues until the deck runs out of cards, at which point the player that drew or revealed the final card takes the remaining blame pile into their hand. At that point, all players count up the blame in their hands in similar fashion to when they're accused. The player with the highest blame walks the plank and cannot win the game regardless of other factors. If any other player has managed to claim the treasure card, they win the game. Otherwise, the surviving player with the highest rank wins the game. Component-wise, the game is pretty good. The imagery is well drawn, and I like the fact that they took the time to give each pirate unique art even if they're mechanically all the same. Cards are of decent thickness and textured with a plastic coating to help protect them. I do question why there's only 2 player aids instead of 4, but that's a minor quibble. Thematically, the game works pretty well. What could be more piratey than trying to make off the loot while blaming it on your fellow scallywags and turning them against each other in the process? Though on the note of theme, why do they call the affiliations Loyal and Rebel? No one is loyal in this game. Also, why do they call it Walk the Plank when the game is called You Only Hang Once? Drowning is no less morbid than hanging. Gameplay wise, I'm afraid this one just didn't grab me. In many ways, it felt like it wanted to be a light, simplistic filler game. But then when it came time to explain how Blame and Accusations worked, it just felt needlessly cumbersome in what was otherwise a very straightforward title. Beyond that, it just never felt like there was much control over how the game flowed, and both of the others I played with echoed this sentiment. Sure, you certainly have a goal in trying to get the treasure and hide it from your opponents, but in the end, whether or not you can time this right is more up to luck than to skill. Speaking of the treasure, it's completely useless when playing with only 2 players. Since one player is going to walk the plank anyways, the other wins automatically, and the treasure just becomes dead weight rather than a risk versus reward situation like it's supposed to be. Then we have it where whomever takes the last card also takes the entire blame pile. Why? Generally it's more up to the player who played last rather than the player who drew last how and when the game ends. So why punish the player that has the least amount of control over the situation? Maybe this game will find its niche with your group, but as for me, this is one ship I am not going to go down with. I'm afraid that I must give YOHO You Only Hang Once a forgettable 5.4 out of 10. If you're interested in purchasing YOHO You Only Hang Once or learning more, links are included in the description. What about you? What do you think of YOHO? What other pirate games do you recommend? If you have any questions, remarks, or opposing points of view, leave them in the comments down below, and please remember to like, share, subscribe, and ring that bell. Until next time, farewell, fellow fanatics. Thank you again for watching. I have plenty more to share with you if you're interested. You can click up here above my head to subscribe to my channel. You can click over here on my monitor to see the most recent video that I worked on. Or if you prefer, you can click up here to open this mysterious vault and see what video that the YouTube algorithm has picked just for you.